and we are live on the internet.
You know, I hate when you say that.
You hate it when I say that.
Yeah.
You know what that tells me?
What?
That you have hate in your heart, James. And how is that?
Yeah, I do.
How is that conducive to a good, safe environment to learn and grow? You do adjust yourself.
You need to just stop saying that every week.
Or no, you. Well, how's that feel?
Well, hello, everyone out there.
Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode
Of
of
Uplifting Incorporated.
of Uplifting Inc., a subsidiary of Productivity and Procrastination.
Yes.
I'm Joe. He's James. And we're just a couple of procrastinators looking to get productive. Because that's how you grow. Improve. Become a version of self that you can, be proud of.
So
Or-
they say.
Or come to accept yourself the way you are and then want to grow. I don't have to define why you're wanting to become more productive.
Good. So I don't want to hear your crap.
James is in a mood today.
I'm actually okay.
Someone didn't get him his juice box, and he is having a fit.
I got a V8, so I'm okay.
And he's starting fires in his home.
I got insurance.
Huh.
So,
All right. James.
what season is this?
Oh,
2.
gosh. We're in season 2 for sure.
I got that one.
Dang it. Now I have to
go
remember
for
the
the
episode.
episode number.
32 is the episode number. I'm saying with 100% confidence.
I do hear an echo for myself.
Do you?
What would that be? Maybe I need to turn off some sound on something.
Oh, I wonder if Discord is streaming the sound.
Hello?
Hold
Say
on.
something now.
Testing.
Yeah,
1, 2,
I'm good
3.
now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Say something again.
That's one of my nightmares is hearing myself speak.
Don't you already have
while
that
I'm
set up in
talking.
your headphones?
Well, I won't explain. Never mind. It's all good. I just clicked a button and it fixed it.
Fixed all the problems. Okay, cool. So, James, you had big plans this week.
Yes, I did.
How did it go?
We're good.
Nice.
Yeah. I succeeded in putting my photography studio in my other room
Mm-hmm.
and even converted over what used to be like a animal stuff like cabinet to a laptop zone with various things that we use for shoots. That was really nice. So we're pretty much all set up now.
That's
Just
awesome.
ready to decide what to shoot and go for it, I guess. We really want to mess with the garage because now that we have some room in there, we want to reorganize and stuff. So there's other things on the plate too, but I think we're gonna do a shoot this week. So I don't know what, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah, you mentioned you had a lot of stuff that you can shoot. But yeah.
Yeah, we have a few people wanting certain things
Mm.
for us to do, which we may do. I don't know, but no, it was good. It it took up a lot less room than I thought it was going to, so that's kind of nice. It's a lot
Mm-hmm.
more compact and actually looks pretty nice. I actually repurposed my dining room table into the table for the outside. So I wasn't factoring that in. So that was kind of nice. I haven't actually gone out there and sat yet, but
Right.
it's there. I did
And
it
this is
like in the
under
middle of the night.
the tree that you
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, underneath the tree. So we'll see how that feels. And I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna like. It doesn't have an umbrella, which is kind of what I wanted in the beginning. But I'll see how it
Mm-hmm.
goes.
Yeah.
And but it does feel good. Um, and it is in my face, which is what I
Yeah.
wanted. Um, it it does just remind me of it like all the time when I'm out there, and it does kind of beckon to be used. So it effective. Now we'll see how many shoots that translates to, and all of that. But
Yeah, I was getting some weird.
yeah, anyway, and yeah, so there's that. It, like I was saying, it does make us want to do other things to reorganize. So there's, I'm not going to be able to say no to any of that. So
You sound devastated by this. You
well,
sound
I didn't really want to reorganize all those things, but ah, oh well, it'll be okay. And I got my computer upgraded, my RAM, got my
mm-hmm.
our storage system
Mm.
um, done, and so we actually have hard drive space now to
Whoa.
do our shoots in, which was going to be a problem because I feel like I had no space on our computer for all the raw files. So
Right.
now we have plenty. So that's cool. And a lot more RAM now, so that's nice. And I upgraded my SSD too, so I don't have a pathetic 250 gigs C drive. So that no longer is that, which
That's
is good because now I can have my games installed
Whoa.
on a C drive and not on a USB backup hard drive. That's slow and ridiculous. So yeah, the upgraded computers, um, which alleviated some business problems we've been having, and so everything is just kind of upgraded and ready for another phase. We're excited. Oh, and I'm gonna utilize one of the names that we've purchased over last few years and kind of do a side business from our business. So trying to hit it from a different angle and um, different pricing structure. Well, not really competing with ourselves, but so we're not really gonna be like cutting into our own business.
Mm-hmm.
So theoretically, should be pretty nice. We'll see how it goes. Kind of excited to because I'm gonna control all the pricing and how it all looks, and so I'm kind of excited about that.
That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, it sounds like you had a really productive week.
What else was there? Oh, that was something different. Um, I don't need to talk about that. All right, so yeah, I mean, kind of a boring, straightforward week, but it was fun doing it. It was just smaller problems taken care of, and which was good. But I guess not really a lot to talk about. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, my week was the same. I worked on some drawings. I made one that I'm relatively happy about. That I can try to show. It doesn't show up very well. But there's a lot of muscle definition, and it was good practice. And it was a practice of starting with a really loose sketch and then tightening it up as we went. And I really enjoyed that process. I still need to get better about not trying to go in and do details. Like I need to do loose to like forms to like then going into like smaller details. I have a bad habit of like trying to build out from one thing as opposed to having a general idea where the drawing is going to go and creating from there. Like I did this one. Try to do some like samurai thing. Trying to get comfortable with and this is all from like off the top of my head and not like from reference, so it's not going to be as good. But it's like making sure I'm building up my visual library and trying to figure out how I like to draw things, and I don't know, just putting in time. This is an example of one where I did not use like the I did not use like a loose sketch first. I just kind of like built up from one thing into another, which isn't exactly what I want to be doing. I want to be loose sketch into shapes, into finer details, and then shading. But yeah.
so why did you not?
It's habit. Just like I need to think about the way I'm drawing. I'm just going off of intuition rather than sitting down and thinking about it. I'm not thinking about my process. I'm not like actively considering my process. I'm just putting pencil to paper and trying to figure out from there, as opposed to making sure that I'm taking a step back and doing a rough sketch first.
So why didn't you?
Just not paying enough attention, I think. Like making sure that I'm not going in and doing like full detailed part of the body and then moving on to the next part of the body. Like I need to have a rough sketch so that way the shapes look good, have everything feel like it's cohesive, and then go in and like define everything.
Well, I know that's the process you keep on restating, but why didn't you choose to do the workflow that you said you wanted to build?
Because I got distracted. I just kind of did it however I'm used to doing it. Fell into old habits. But this week I should be able to get some more practice in on making sure I try to follow that workflow, because there's definitely a increase in quality that I can feel and see when I do have a sketch beforehand. Like it's hard to make out on the, like this sketch, it's hard to see, is it's like light years better than the other two, which I didn't do the right stuff on. But so there's definitely a reason to. And it shows in the finished piece.
So is your workflow usually going to include reference images too?
Yeah, it should. Well, if I'm making a final piece, if I'm making like a piece I want to turn into an illustration, it absolutely should. But a lot of it is like I want to be making sure that I can build up my visual library, and so like it's like I want to be referencing something and then turning around and drawing it, or trying to draw it from out reference and then check the reference. So that way I can draw, because the idea isn't I don't want to have to reference everything. Like I want to be able to create things from my head without reference all the time. Not that there's anything wrong with reference, and I think reference is super important. I don't want to be tied to reference all the time. Like I want to be able to sit down and draw it, but not have to like bring out my tablet to like, pull up pictures of the thing in the exact right angle that I'm trying to draw. I don't want to become a photocopier. I want to be able to make my own things. So that's why for me it's important that I don't use reference all the time. Well, I am, but it's just in a different way. It's to check my work, not become my work. This is a really boring week for me too.
Yeah. No, I hear you. So I guess, people have boring weeks.
Yeah, you're not every week's gonna be this like earth-shattering nightmare. It's gonna be, you're gonna have weeks of just pushing what you're working on.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess, yeah, we just talk about what we're going to do in the next week, I guess. But yeah, anything special you're gonna work on or do, or
I plan on doing some more sketches. I'm Plan on learning more about some like quick ways to get human anatomy down. I want to continue with. Um, I want to continue with making like more actiony poses rather than just boring standing ones.
Mm.
But really nothing super exciting. I would like to follow the workflow from beginning to end on something, which just means I need to actually like focus on one drawing longer than I have been.
And does it come down to like concentration were you forgetting to do your workflow because maybe you were, you know,
Distracted?
distracted from other things, or were you just
It might be partially that, because the one that I really enjoyed, I was just sitting out on the couch and just drawing rather than because my brother's been living with me, and so we've been watching like anime, and like while that's on, I'll just like pick up my thing and draw. But the one that I really like was just me sitting on the couch, entire focus on that.
more dedicated on the single purpose?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you there.
So yeah, maybe I
Well,
should spend
yeah,
some more
when you're
time.
trying to train your brain to do something new, it probably can't be too much in the background.
Yeah,
Has to be yeah,
more
concentrated on.
foreground.
Well, yeah, just realize that about what you did and then solve it. If you want to get that workflow down, you got to commit the time to do that, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And has your brother living with you been pretty okay?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I've been liking him living with me. It's I thought it would be harder having somebody live with me, but I think when I was living here by myself, it was too quiet, and now
Yeah.
it's less so.
Mm, I can see that. Just the emptiness.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like living by myself. I like having my own autonomy. Um, I just I like living with people too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as long as you're able to have your own time to concentrate and it's
Yeah.
not just too,
No.
you know, busy.
No, it's very relaxed. I can do whatever I want.
Nice.
All right, what's your plans for this week coming up?
Um, I want to do a shoot. Um, and potentially work on my business idea. I don't know if I'm going to have the shop up in a week, but at least to start all the boring stuff, documentation and business license stuff and all that.
Hmm.
But a shoot, nonetheless, is probably the most important part. Um, the other stuff can come over the next few weeks. Um, and then just start to get a routine. And yeah, and then just to observe how I'm feeling about all of it. And um, we worked on it not just Wednesday though. We worked on it multiple days.
Mm-hmm.
It and it was good. Like it was it felt pretty natural. Just like, oh, work a little bit here, work a little bit there. And just as our schedules, crossed, we just did that. Um, so the alarm is going off there. Sorry. Um, so that was the first real test of whether or not um, I was just going to allow it to become more than just one day, which was good because I didn't really have pushback, and I just did it because I wanted to make the goal happen,
Mm-hmm.
and the environment felt good. Just being in the area, it was like it felt pretty natural, and it does make me, even though I don't want to do the actual process, but it does make me want to go into my garage and make that a better environment too.
Yeah.
So there is that. What I'd like is for these arrangements to kind of hyper accelerate getting stuff done. Um, and so that's what I'm really going to be watching over the next uh, periods of time, are how much more work am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, we haven't done a shoot in 6 months. Oh, so it would be really nice to see something happen uh,
Mm-hmm.
in an increased manner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, doing anything at this point is a break from pattern, so that's awesome.
yeah, and but I think it's gonna be a lot more than than nothing that we have done. Um, because I am excited to get that second income stream going on. Um, yeah. So, I mean, I guess in a certain way, finances can help inspire you to do things too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've cracked the code. Getting paid. Getting paid, that's the ticket. Hold on. I need a water.
Yeah, well, I mean, um, the income stream thing is a big deal. Um,
Agreed.
I haven't done anything on my business in 6 months, but yet I still make the same amount of money every day, pretty much,
Mm-hmm.
regardless of if I've done anything or not. So it's just kind of nice. I want another one of those. you know, um, that would be nice. So I think it is a big motivator. Um, Finding a way to monetize. Probably one of the biggest ones, I guess. I mean, yeah, there's the accomplishment thing and, all the other things I would love,
Right.
but, you know, tangible
Well,
rewards.
to me it doesn't sound like you do these photo shoots because they're artistically creative and you love them. It sounds like you mostly do them because they bring a financial freedom.
Yeah. Um, they are fun in the moment. Don't get me wrong. Um, like when you're doing them, they are creative and, you know, it's just perfection is what I'm trying for usually. Um, so there is an element of creativity, and then observing the competition and what's lacking, and deciding to hit those holes, and um, and so that's all kind of fun in a certain way, but it is mostly the check that is nice.
Yeah.
You never know, what people are gonna buy, but you know, um, and there are expenses, but yeah, the check, that's the big motivator. And when I think of the other things I'd like to do too, I can't say that the check is not helping to be a
Oh yeah.
motivator too. But with writing, you never know, how much that's going to be. Because I've never done it, so I don't know what their checks are like, and I don't know any of that.
Mhm.
But that's more of a like a. I would I would say it's more for myself than the paycheck in the creative side, because it kind of has to be. I can't,
Yeah.
you
Until you
know.
get something out, it's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, you don't know if anybody's gonna buy it. I mean, you hear
I would
those
buy your book.
stories about people writing things and putting stuff out, and they buy it, and that's it. You know, um, and especially with people that are just pumping out AI stuff. I guess if that is a thing right now, I don't know, but I think it would be. Um, so you kind of have to do the writing thing as just to do it. So, and I think that's it's all just kind of gonna naturally bubble up. So, as I'm working on my business and just working more in general, and it's on my mind, you know, I want to allow my mind to go, okay, well, work on this also. It's in the same, you know, field, like you get the same rewards, like um not necessarily monetarily, but you get the same rewards in feeling accomplished and those types of things. So, and it's longer lasting, than just playing a game or something.
Yeah.
But so I think I'm going to just naturally push more for doing those types of things as the time goes by. Um, and I think we have a little bit of control in that. Like, yeah, I haven't consciously done it yet. Just like I haven't done a shoot yet, but I'm setting up my mind to go, okay, working on the business is also kind of like working on my life at the same time. And if I kind of define all those things together as one thing, it should just help to increase all of these aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I would like. Just to naturally want to work on all this stuff and have the locations for them. I really do like how I have it out there now, and the environment does make a big difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also think having it in a place where you're going to see it every day and it becomes part of your daily life is also important. So it's on the forefront of like your mind.
Yeah, it is accomplishing kind of what I was hoping for. I can't get away from it. As soon as I walk out there, it's like kind of like what's there,
Mm-hmm.
and and it's right now I just have like a backdrop that was all like wrinkly, and I'm just like letting gravity help heal it. But just having that there makes me go, okay, this is a placeholder. I need to get a real backdrop out there and really set up a scene.
Right.
So it's like it's not a scene, and so it's messing with me. It's like, why isn't it a scene yet?
Yeah.
So it is accomplishing. It's like nagging at me as I'm seeing it over and over again. I go, okay, let's do something with that. So yeah, it is kind of it's working just by being there. Um, which is good.
I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. That's, I mean, that's what I think. It's not an exciting change but it's definitely a necessary one. It sounds like. I feel like this is just a boring week, or maybe I'm just boring this week. But I don't know. Again, we're gonna have boring weeks. We're not gonna have earth-shattering,
Yeah,
mind-boggling. It's just like
that is true.
it's just a filler week. It's like
Yeah,
I mean, you had a good week though. Like you've had a bunch of weeks of not quite getting anything real accomplished that you've been trying to work on, and you made some real progress this week. I don't think that should be understated.
yeah. I it keeps wrapping back to when I make a change that changes my environment. Um, it it is a new reality after that. you wake up and things are different, and it forces you um, to be on the next step. Uh, so, so I like making changes that force that. Um, and a lot of it is the physical, like what you see and what is where,
Mm-hmm.
aspects. And I don't know if that can be some kind of strategy where um, progression is almost linked to some kind of change in the environment, so that it kind of like reinforces movement in that fashion. I'd have to think about that for a little bit, but
Yeah.
because of the all the positive changes that I see when those types of things converge, makes me think that it could be possible. It might even be worth thinking about. Um,
Hmm.
but in general, yes, there are weeks that are just going to be boring, but there are weeks that are going to be boring when things are going strong. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you just have to continue on, and how do you make them exciting? You know, um, so that the task itself and the goals don't become boring just because
Right.
your week isn't full of events to share about. Um, but were you still grinding? Were you
Yeah.
still progressing? Um, not everything that people who listen to this are doing is going to be something fun to blog about every week, but um, we've all got to find the excitement in the next week.
Yeah.
Uh,
I agree. Is there anything else you want to say before we close it out here?
no, I think that was all I wanted to say there.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Like James said, not every week's gonna be crazy, but yeah, be looking forward to what you can do the next week, and pushing your goals, chasing your dreams. 'Cause that's what we're really doing. It's just trying to make our hopes and dreams come true. So keep at it.
Yeah.
All right. Goodbye.
Later.